ICAI sum number 3, May 2022, again of 5 marks. Following information and ratios are given for W Limited for the year ended 31st March 2022. Equity share capital 10 lakhs, nominal figure is given. Reserves and surplus to shareholders funds, sales to shareholders fund, current ratio, debtors turnover ratio, stock velocity ratio, GP margin, excuse me, net working capital, turnover ratio 2.5. You are required to calculate shareholders fund, stock, debtors, current liability and cash balance. See, even if the balance sheet is not asked, I can always draw a balance sheet for my information. Draw it as a working note, as a rough work. I am having equity share capital of 10 lakhs rupees. And I know there is reserves and surplus. I will not make it mandatory to tally this balance sheet, but whatever I can get from this T idea or balance sheet idea, I can take it. Reserves and surplus to shareholders fund is 0.50. See, what does this mean? Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus is nothing but shareholders fund. They say reserves and surplus are 0.50 if shareholders fund is 1. So equity share capital will be 0.50. 50% is reserves and surplus of shareholders fund. So 50% will be equity share capital. We are having idea of equity share capital. Equity share capital is 10 lakhs. So reserves and surplus will be also 10 lakhs and shareholders funds will be 20 lakhs. So we have got idea of reserves and surplus, which is nothing but 10 lakhs. So we'll be getting first answer, which is shareholders funds, but I'll be doing it last. Sales divided by shareholders fund is 1.50. Sales divided by shareholders fund is equal to 1.50. So I am having shareholders fund. Sales will be is equal to 1.50 into shareholders funds, which is 20 lakhs. So sales will be 30 lakhs rupees. Current ratio is a 2.50. Current assets divided by current liability is a 2.50. All right. Debtors turnover ratio, we are having sales. We can always assume that all sales are on credit. Debtors turnover ratio is 6 times. 6 times is nothing but every 2 months. So it is ultimately 2 months. Debtors ratio is 2 months, or debtors credit period is 2 months. 2 months is 6 times in a year. Debtors turnover ratio. Let me even explain you. Debtors turnover ratio is nothing but 6 times. It turn over 6 times in 1 year. So it will turn over every 2 months. I can find out credit sales or debtors. The sales into 2 divided by 12 is equal to debtors. Sales is nothing but 30 lakhs into 2 divided by 12 will be debtors, and so debtors will be 5 lakhs. So we are even having answer of debtors. Stock velocity or stock turnover ratio. Now we are having GP margin. So we should take COGS instead of sales. GP margin is 20%. Sales minus GP is equal to COGS. Sales is 30 lakhs. GP margin is 20%, which is 6 lakhs. This will be 24 lakhs. So COGS is 24 lakhs. And the stock turnover ratio or stock velocity ratio is 2 months. 2 months is the 6 times. 2 months is the 6 times. So stock turnover ratio is 6 times, which is nothing but COGS upon stock. In absence of information, I can always take opening stock is equal to closing stock is equal to average stock. 2 months is the 6 times. COGS is 24 lakhs. I'll be getting answer of stock. Stock will be 4 lakh rupees. I'll be getting answer of stock which is 4 lakh rupees. I've used even GP ratio. Net working capital turnover ratio 2.5. Net working capital turnover ratio. So it is very easy to write down turnover ratio even if you have forgotten formula. Whatever you are finding out turnover will come in denominator. In numerator it will be relevant cost or sales. Majority of times it will be sales. In stock we take turnover, in raw material turnover ratio we take only raw material consumed cost, but otherwise in normally any turnover ratio numerator will be sales. So net working capital turnover ratio is a 2.5, sales is a 30 lakhs. I'll be getting answer of net working capital. Net working capital is 30 lakhs divided by 2.5. Will be 12 lakhs. What is net working capital? Current assets minus current liability. 12 lakh is equal to current assets minus. We know current asset is 2.5 current liability. So instead of current asset, I am writing down 2.5 current liability minus current liability. This is 12 lakh divided by 1.5 is equal to current liability. I will be getting answer of current liability. 12 lakhs divided by 1.5. Will be 8 lakhs. And I know that current asset is a 2.5 current liability. So current assets will be 2.5 into 8 lakhs, which will be 20 lakhs rupees. Let us see whether we can find out all answers or not. Shareholders fund is the 20 lakhs rupees. Stock, we have found out the answer, 4 lakh rupees. Debtors, we are knowing the answer, 5 lakhs rupees. Current liability, we know the answer, 8 lakhs rupees. Cash balance, we are not having answer of cash balance anywhere. All right. So how we can find out cash balance is we know current liability. Current liability is 8 lakhs. We also know current assets, which is 20 lakhs. Here will be fixed asset. We will be getting answer 28 lakhs. So this will be 8 lakhs rupees. Total will be 28 lakhs. In current assets, we know answer of stock, right? Where stock is 4 lakh rupees. We know answer of debtors. Debtors are 5 lakhs rupees. So assume there is no other current asset except cash. So cash will be 11 lakhs rupees. So we have even got answer of cash. Cash is nothing but 11 lakhs rupees. This was sum number 3, May 2022 for 5 marks.